Commence primary ignition.
Hi, my name is Omid Iftahi. I play Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian, and you are watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Yay! Welcome, citizens of the Republic. This is where I'm usually looking for what season and episode are we on, but it is wrap-up time of season 3. We're going to review all the episodes, talk about what we liked, didn't like, what we remember, what we don't remember, and it was quite a season because, of course, we got into a lot of stuff. So, Mark,
yeah, what we don't remember list is going to be big. I can tell already. I was looking at all 22 episodes going down. I was like, oh, right, we watched that and that and that. My brain is pudding. So you're in for a good one tonight, guys. By the way, Ashlee will be with us in a little bit. She is running late from a meeting. So we'll have all three of us, the Holy Trinity, as we start diving into the episodes. But she's en route. Skip, before we get deep into it, season 3 on the whole, do you remember a favorite arc or episode or moment? Does something stand out to you?
You know, I don't have a favorite moment, or at least not off the top of my head. Now, later on, I'll go, oh, yeah, that. I like that. But, you know, of course, what stands out the most is the father, son, and daughter, you know.
Mortis.
Mortis, you know. Mortis definitely stands out as look, if you talk about Clone Wars, you talk about Mortis. And to me, it's still bizarre. You know,
you were mixed on Mortis. I remember because Ashlee and I talk about how it's like our favorite arc, and you don't like that it's not fully explained. Like it's too ambiguous for you.
It's too ambiguous, and it doesn't make sense to me. And there doesn't seem to be a purpose in it. I know everybody wants to derive a purpose out of it, but I think Dave is sitting back at his house every time somebody says Mortis and laughing because he purposely didn't put anything in there and said, watch, they'll think this is the coolest thing ever. And he goes,
you think it's a psyop?
Oh, I think it was a psyop big time.
He's just messing with us.
He's way too good not to have something there. And it was clearly about as ambiguous as you could be.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird, divisive, I would say confusing few episodes, and one that still gets talked about quite a bit, which is why I like it. All the reasons you don't like it are the reasons I like it. But there are other arcs that are, I think, equally compelling that are not as highly dissected or controversial, like the Night Sisters are also in this season. And those are brutal and heartbreaking, but also amazing. So I think if people are a little scared of the Mortis arc, or it's not their thing, the Night Sisters, despite the dark magic and all the other weirdness, is more grounded than Mortis. That's for sure.
You know, I will say that I love the fact that Dave digs into so much. What would you call it? Legends lore. There's Thrawn. There is the Dathomir sisters. Hey, Ashlee.
Hey.
The Night Sisters are pulled right out of Legends as well, and none of it is ever done as good as it is in the books. You know, of course they don't pull the crappy stuff. You know, and there's no way at all, unless they just go back and redo it, are they ever going to get Mara.
Yeah, I don't see Mara Jade popping
in the full extent, because you know she was the wife of Luke Skywalker. She was the son of Ben Skywalker. There's no children of Han and Leia. So I think it's a hard sell
Mhm.
that they would to be able to convince us that they brought her into this.
Yeah, unless she pops into a Lego, which I think at some point, like, you may find it there. Well, one, welcome, Ashlee. I know
Hi.
you're coming back from your meeting. You didn't really miss
Oh,
much yet. We are still talking high level, all things Clone Wars season 3, and then we're going to get into our episode list. So, for anyone in the chat, and actually, hello, chat. We have not really said hello to the chat
hey.
yet. Sarah, thanks for joining us. We got Spencer over here, and Spencer, I agree. We're going to see Mortis as we get to the Ahsoka show for sure. Ashlee, yeah,
Maybe they'll finally do something with it.
yeah. Liberty, I'm aligned. This is one of my favorite arcs, and that's actually what we were starting with. Is like, what are some of our high points, favorite points of season 3? I would recommend everyone pull up IMDb and just go to the episode listing for season 3 of the Clone Wars, because we're going to sort of make our way down the list and talk about each episode, not quite like in depth, but just do a quick review coverage of everything. And hey, Sherry, thanks for joining us.
Sherry.
And by the way, Sherry's here to keep us on task and to make sure that we're doing it correctly, because we will make mistakes, and then Sherry's going to be in the chat being like, "That's absolutely incorrect, Mark." Send. So,
why you lying?
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, Spencer is mentioning Mother Talzin over here. Barbara Goodson's doing an autograph appearance, meet and greet and everything at Terrificon this summer. So if you guys are in the general Boston, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey area, it's all very doable. She's there, and I think Tia Sircar is going to be there, and maybe a couple of other people. And Tia's needed on my poster, so we are already planning yet another convention.
Yes, I'm like, I would love to meet Tia. I think out of like everybody, like I think out of everybody, like Tia and Freddie are the only ones that I haven't met. So
you should come to. We should do this Kineticon. So we will be going to this.
Okay.
Yeah, Kineticon. We'll set up an event, and especially if me and Ashlee and I almost said Skip. Skip, you should come up for this. But if me and Ashlee and Spencer are going, we'll set up a not a meet and greet. Oh my god, a meetup.
A meetup.
A meetup. We'll set up the table. Have a meet and greet with me and Ashlee and Spencer. All right, look. Sherry's got her notes, guys, so we're in good territory. And you are gonna need it, because man, you guys are on fucking fire tonight. Yeah, we will talk about everything but Clone Wars. We're already off track. See, it was Spencer's fault though. He said that he brought up Terrificon.
I'm there with you, Sarah. I suffer at the lack of Clone Wars talk when the show is on, Sarah. I try to make my point, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it, because you're right. We'll be here all day. There are 22 episodes. Skip. Tell everyone how many episodes we've watched now.
66, as I was just saying before. 66. With 88. Well, a little less than 80. How many are in the season 7? Does any, let's look it up real fast. 12. So.
And the last 4 kind of.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, season 3. Woo-hoo!
Yep. Okay. Season 3, episode 1 kicks off with the clone cadets. So unless they want to flunk out, the clones of Domino Squad must learn how to work together during their training on Kamino. And so this is a clone-heavy episode.
Yeah. It was also like a very like American Gladiators heavy.
Yes. I remember those costumes thinking
Was this the one with Clone Trooper 99?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
Who's in this one that we would know about? Lama Su, Shakti, D. Bradley Baker plays all the clones. This one didn't leave a super big impression on me, but I'm also not a clone guy. Like, I know there are other people who like love all the clones. I'm more of a, I guess, a Jedi guy, but Ashlee, you really liked this episode.
I do. I thought it was very interesting. It kind of forces them to work together. Yeah. So Sarah says it's out of order. It was supposed to be the first season episode, which we can totally see. They're still on Kamino.
What was supposed to be the first season? Yeah, and here's the question for that is, wasn't Echo or somebody in this squad?
Echo was in this episode.
Is Echo in this one?
Yeah, I remember that was one of the things that stuck out. It's like,
we know him.
Yeah. Well, according to the trivia, you guys are right. The story precedes season 1's Rookies, as it depicts the members of Domino Squad before they were stationed at Rishi Base. So yes, this is chronologically earlier.
Right.
really?
I liked it. I didn't,
Yep.
Echo and Fives. Does everyone know more about this shit than me? Everyone in the chat knows what's up. I feel like I really came to the test unprepared, like I forgot to study. Because I'm going off of memory, and I was like, oh, this episode was fine. People have facts and figures and stuff. Man, we're gonna get roasted. We're cooked, guys.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, and the significance of both Echo and Fives in different story plots throughout the rest of the animated series.
Yep.
Fives
I'm not
being
putting
the
up
one.
that comment.
Yeah.
Martin Cheese Order 66. That's what we're gonna call it.
All right, you get one of these, Sarah. One. But everyone, keep in mind, if we had to do this shit chronologically, people would be losing their minds trying to hop all over the place.
It's true.
Be
like, wait, what am I watching? Like, it's a lot more complicated than people really want. And if they want to go back and rewatch it, they have the option to.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if they would say, "Hey, it's the beginning of this episode, and we're taking you back in time to, before, But you have to go figure it out on your own.
Yeah, why isn't there at the very least like a date on there, like a 7 BBY or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't we? No, I guess it would be more like 30 BBY or whatever the dates are. Why aren't there years on with the title cards or something? Yeah. Like that would have been really helpful. I don't know, but this episode to me was fine. When it comes to season 3, it's not the one it's not something I rewatch, and it's not something I come back to, because there's so many other more interesting, exciting, complicated, weird parts of season. I like the weird stuff, and there's a lot of weird stuff in season 3. This kind of isn't it for me, but a good start to the season, I would say.
Yeah, I think so too. You kind of get to see everybody training. Sorry.
Sarah. Yeah. But you're right. We would have had to get this list out, Sarah, to everybody. It's much easier just to go by the seasons, even though I complain all the time about the fact that they're out of order.
Yeah. We're going to end up complaining about something. But yeah, this brings us to the next episode, ARC Troopers. So, the description for ARC Troopers, Season 3, Episode 2. General Grievous and Asajj Ventress combine forces in an attack on Caminos. This is part 2 of this little arc. As Anakin and Obi-Wan rush to aid Tipoca City, the clones prepare to defend their home planet. All right, so who do we got here? We got D. Bradley Baker as the clones. Matt Lanter pops in as Anakin. Shakti is back. Matt Wood, James Earl Taylor. Bob Bergen is back as Lat Masu. And Nika Futterman as Ventress. Oh, and Daniel Logan is voicing the clone cadets, which he wasn't credited in that first episode on IMDb, but I knew he was in this arc. So it's nice to see him back. Let's see. Fives and Echo both wear a decal on their right shoulder of a Z6 rotary cannon with the words "for heavy" underneath in Arabic, paying respect to their fallen comrade. That's an interesting piece of trivia. So yeah. This one I remember because I remember Clone 99 dies.
Sarah, question for you: when does Heavy die?
I couldn't tell you. Sherry. This all Sherry. Yeah. Maybe in the first episode? I couldn't even tell you. There's the show is too dense. Like too many characters exist in it. Too many characters die in it. The timeline is all wonky. And
too many different heists,
really is a struggle to be a Star Wars fan, right? Like, it's crazy.
Heavy, Sherry.
Heavy.
When does Heavy die?
Yeah.
When does he become one with the Force?
Oh, it says paying respect to their fallen comrade from Rookies, which airs in, I guess, which episode is Rookies?
I think it was season 1.
Season 1, episode 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that definitely wasn't 2, because that was a rough episode.
Yeah.
That was during one of the millions of Grievous arcs we had.
Oh god, so much Grievous in season 1.
Season.
They needed a recognizable villain, and they couldn't use Darth Maul because they hadn't decided they were going to bring him back, and they couldn't use Darth Vader. Oh, see, Sherry knew. There you go. Bam. Rookies. Yeah. It's funny now. Now I hear Rookies, and that's the premiere episode of Heated Rivalry. And so whenever I hear Rookies, that is what I hear. My brain is melted because of that show. Okay, what do we think of ARC Troopers? Are we a fan of
that episode? Made me sad, so sad. I was really attached to 99, and I know he wasn't like physically able to be a clone trooper in like the typical sense, but he still had that warrior spirit, and he did whatever he could to save his brothers.
Yeah, he did what he could.
Despite having
I actually like that episode. That was a good one.
It was sad.
Yeah, I think I would rate this highly on my list as an individual standalone episode. The 2-part arc is fine, and I think if you aired it together as a season premiere, it would give you the emotional weight by getting 99's death at the end of part 2, and also set up like, okay, this season we don't do a ton with the clone troopers the way we do with some of the other pieces, the various pieces that form the mosaic that is Clone Wars. But I think this is a satisfying start to the season.
Agreed.
All right. Season 3, episode 3, Supply Lines. Jedi Master Imu Gundy and his men are trapped on the besieged world of Ryloth. We love Ryloth. Senator Bail Organa teams up with Representative Jar Jar Binks. We love Jar Jar to convince neutral King Katunko of Toydaria. This is terrible. To send aid to the Twi'leks of Ryloth. Good Lord. How you do this every week, Skip? I'm trying to read these descriptions. This is quite the cast, though. Phil Lamar is in as Bail Organa. Robert Atkin Downs is playing Master D. Ahmed Best is playing Jar Jar. T.C. Carson is Mace Windu. Corey Burton is Count Dooku. This is terrific. D. Bradley Baker, of course, plays all the clones. James Alden Taylor's in here. Corey Burton, Matt Wood. I remember this episode vividly, and just being on Ryloth is just amazing.
Yeah. I was all right really with good. This episode. I mean, there's, I can always do with a little less Toydarian.
Yeah, they're a lot. And I think we've reevaluated the cringe factor on them. But yeah, I like the Twi'leks, of course, and
it was cool to see Ryloth before Rebels.
Yeah. And see, I knew Ryloth prior to Rebels because of Clone Wars, and so when Rebels came out, I was like, Hera, she's a Ryloth, like she's a Twi'lek, but she's from Ryloth, and then it turns out she's one of like the people from Ryloth. That's what's so cool about it. I appreciate the location more than anything else in this. I think those people have been through so much. Can we please give them a happy ending, please?
Oh my God, all the time, just tearing apart planets.
Well, they're just setting the characters, as shit. They don't get a damn break. No wonder they are the way they are.
Yeah.
But it's a good. It's not great, but it's a good.
Yeah. This one has a 6.9 on IMDb as a rating. They're all kind of like mid. Like Clone Cadets is a 7.8. ARC Troopers jumps up to an 8.6, so that's sizable. Supply Lines is a 6.9, and Sphere of Influence is a 6.9. Nothing really. Yeah, exactly. Spare our Ryloth.
Ryloth, Lothal, just leave everybody alone.
Yeah. Tatooine. We can't go to Tatooine or Jakku.
Hoth, we're tired. We don't want to be cold anymore.
All right, the next episode, Sphere of Influence. When newly elected chairman Papa Noida, his daughters are kidnapped. Senator Chuchi, we love Senator Chuchi, and Ahsoka Tano investigate the Trade Federation while Papa Noida and his son follow a lead to Jabba's palace. Good Lord, the quantity of guests in this one.
So did Katie Lucas write this episode?
Let me just double check. Writers Katie Lucas and Stephen Melching. Yes.
Yeah. So we got the Melch writing. Good squad. But she's like, I'm gonna put my dad and brother in this episode. It's fine.
Yeah. It's super cool because we've got Jennifer Hale plays Senator Chuchi. By the way, I love Senator Chuchi. She appears in Bad Batch. She
Love
makes
her in Bad Batch.
some continuity there, which is great. Seth Green is in this as Papa Noida, making his Star Wars, we'll say debut, but you know that he was like working on Detours and whatever else. Like he's just in it, and then he's in Rebels.
Toto.
Corey Burton, Tom Kenny, Nika Futterman, Gideon Emery, Matt Lanter, Kat Tabor, of course. Meredith Salinger's in this too. Not
Barris.
playing Barris Safi, but another Papanoida, I think the girl.
One of the daughters.
And then David Accord is Rod of the Hutt. So
not Jeremy Allen White.
No, before Jeremy Allen White was probably a tween, not even.
Yeah.
It's not one of my spectacular episodes.
No, it's a weird mix of like rando characters. It's a strange start to the season because I feel like we've got a lot of like mid-level, like kind of interesting episodes. Like we're 4 episodes in and they're kind of fine. And then as we get deeper into the season, it really kicks in a high gear. There's some crazy stuff happening, including like starting right next episode. Like we're gonna start getting into Mandalore stuff. Actually, this is a good tilting point right here. I think this is the starting point of when the season really goes from being
gets its
good
grip
to great,
and starts moving.
Yeah.
Anything that Mandalore or or our buddy Anna Craves is on is good by me.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Season 3, episode 5. By the way, anyone in the comments, if you want to really fight for any of these first 4 episodes of being like A+ episodes or something that you want to get deeper into in the chat, just type it up there. We could certainly go deeper on any of these. I think there's just more meat on the bone as we get deeper into the season. Like there's so much more to talk about. And actually, this is a really good one right here to start. Season 3, episode 5, Corruption. When Padme visits Mandalore on a diplomatic mission, she finds herself investigating an outbreak of a mysterious illness at a school with Duchess Satine.
Oh.
So here we go. Anna Graves, Kat Tabor, D. Bradley Baker, Corey Burton, Julian Holloway as the Prime Minister, who that Prime Minister man, he's a jerk. And then we find quite the scandal brewing on Mandalore where they're like poisoning their own citizens. I think to save a little bit of money.
After the big 3, is Traber the most top 4? We got to get D, who plays every voice known to man, and then Matt, James, and Ashlee, who are going to be in Greenville, South Carolina, coming up soon.
They like hang out in your neighborhood all the time.
James and Ashlee did Greenville about 2 years ago, and it's like an hour away, so it's kind of hard not to go down there. And I'm like, what do I need autographed? I don't already have autographed.
Yeah. What don't we need autographed?
I was like, okay, I got to start looking around. What can I get autographed? Maybe the Ahsoka case, but after that, it's like, shit, we're going to get James, it's like, okay. Hell, and the last time they were in Alpharetta and I got the helmet behind me this way, James is now on it twice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kept on trying to take the high ground. But yeah, I love Anna. I love the storylines with Satine. I think it builds up and plays well for season 7. Warning, spoiler, when things get a little dicey for her.
Mm-hmm. When she becomes the Queen of Mandalore and they all have happily ever after.
Yeah.
Clone Wars season 8. Where's everyone been? They retcon everything. They use time travel, the world between worlds, and they fix it.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
totally.
Corky Kryze becomes the King of Mandalore years later in a normal succession. Everything's fine.
Satine and Obi-Wan are admitted to be his parents. He's fine.
Yeah, they've been married. They have more children.
Yeah.
Things are terrific.
He left the Jedi Order.
Yeah, obviously. And Anakin never became Darth Vader. Everything's good. Yeah, there was no Star Wars. Here we go. That's how we're gonna wake up. What's that movie when It's a Wonderful Life, and he wakes up and It's a Wonderful Life. Here we go. Anakin doesn't become Vader, and what happens. So
What if?
We'll get that in a Lego.
Which leads us into, speaking of quirky, episode 6, The Academy.
I should have worn my quirky shirt. I wore a different Clone Wars
good.
shirt from our TeePublic store. But yeah, this was the season of Quirky Krees. Season 3, episode 6, The Academy. I mean, this is one for the ages over here. Like, I'm very much like a real quirky truther over here. That like he is the child of Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm devastated that we're not going to see more Quirky Krees content in the future. But this is a terrific episode, even without the quirky of it all.
Yes, Jeff. Yes.
Yeah, Quirky Kenobi for the win. I think we also just have to deal with the fact that his name is like Quirky Krees Kenobi. That's a problem. Like someone needs to. No one thought that through. No one thought it through. So
I have a problem
with
IMDb. I have a problem with IMDb. They do not have Anna's picture on her character.
Yeah, that's weird. She had that before. A whole bunch of people must be getting updated pictures because it is a site-wide issue, Skip. It's not just her. There's a bunch of people whose pictures have been blurred out. The voice of Corky is Whit Flint.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of interesting stuff. Lot of voice stuff, obviously. We never got him to sign autographs at Topps, actually. It's one of those like weird ones that we missed because I was always in love with like Quirky Krees, and so sometimes I would make those like weird deep cuts happen. In fact, I was going back through my autograph collection just to veer off topic for a second. When I was at Topps, we had the license for Doctor Who. And, you know, that franchise was years and years and years old. And we had comprehensive rights. It went all the way back to the old shows and the new ones or whatever. But they always had a ton of guest stars because the premise of the show is that they would travel to a new location and time period or whatever. So, like, it's kind of like Murder, She Wrote, where it was Angela Lansbury and then a gaggle of guest stars. And most of them were in one episode and one episode only, right? There were some semi-regular people, but it's largely guest stars. We had autograph lists like this big for people to sign for us. And I remember going through being like, oh, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. And I remember, yes, we're off topic. I know. We'll get back to it, but it's relevant. All right, you'll like where it's going, though.
We promise.
So when I was going through the list, I remember watching an episode of Doctor Who. It was one of my all-time favorites. And in the episode is Jonathan Bailey. And I remember doing
like Jonathan Bailey?
Jonathan Bailey from fucking Jurassic World and all that other stuff, right?
And hello, Wicked.
From Wicked. So before he was anyone, when he was just a British actor doing bit parts, like he has like an episode of Doctor Who. And I remember going through the list and I was looking at everyone's bios and I saw something. We already had Russell Tovey, who I was obsessed with, but he was literally the only other gay actor. And I was like, all right, well, let's put out an offer to him because like, let's make sure we're bringing in enough women and gay people and everyone else to like fill out all of our autograph lists. So it's a nice, diverse, wide list. And he's a British actor. I don't even know how we're going to get in touch with him. He signed autographs for us. There are autograph cards of Jonathan Bailey in the Doctor Who product I did.
Oh, that's
because I made it a point to go after like a list of like random. Also, I wanted up and comers because you never know how they're going to appreciate over time. It's kind of like doing a baseball rookie card. Like you don't know where they're going to land.
I'm curious if any of those are on eBay because like
I haven't seen any in a while, but we definitely had Jonathan Bailey autographs in Doctor Who because of that. So, okay, back on track. We never got Whit Flint. What's that?
The introduction of Aura Singh.
Aura Singh. Is that the next one?
Episode 7.
Oh, I was still going to talk about The Academy. Who loved The Academy? It's one of my favorites from the season.
Well, you used up your allotment of time talking about Doctor Who.
That's true. There it is. That looks like from Timeless, right?
It's numbered. Yep, it just says PSI Authentic Autograph. Nice. Numbered out of 25. Yep, Timeless. That's right.
Yeah.
Timeless? Was it Matt from Timeless?
The set we called it Doctor Who Timeless.
Oh, okay.
And then we did like monsters and aliens or something. We had a few different thematics.
So that one is $66.28, located in the UK. So these are UK based. And then someone else has a number out of 10.
Oh.
Red Parallel for $160.
Oh, girl. Oh, look at that.
So there's a couple on here.
There we go.
Again,
all right, we're still off topic. We're gonna kill Skip at this point. All right, let's keep moving. Let's get to Assassin. Skip, was this one of your favorites? I feel like you would like this one.
I like this one. I like this, and I like the Ahsoka heavy stories because Clone Wars seems to work best when Ahsoka is involved.
I agree with that.
Yeah, she kind of is the driving force of the story because everybody knows how Anakin and Obi-Wan have been.
Mm-hmm.
They are, generals in the Clone Wars and everything like that. This is kind of like how a new generation of Star Wars tends to handle things. And as you said, this is a very Ahsoka heavy episode, and I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I like it.
Skip is all about Ahsoka.
I was like,
I think
Ahsoka receives visions about Aura Singh attempting to assassinate Padme Amidala and decides to accompany the senator on a peace mission to Alderaan.
I like that it was a girls' trip.
Yeah.
They don't get to do very many things, Padme and Ahsoka, so I like it.
Especially that it's the target is a woman, the defender is a woman, the assassin is a woman. Like, I hadn't even thought about it until after that. These are just 3 characters that we love. And we could have made any combination thereof. And they were like, nope, we're going to have these 3 ladies, like, fight it out. And it was fantastic.
I like that Ahsoka, like, Aura is so good at her job that she's making Ahsoka's, like, force visions kind of, like, turn on her. And she feels like she's going crazy. And everyone's just kind of like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We have guards everywhere. And Ahsoka's like, meanwhile, she's like, I'm being gaslit by my force powers. Like, what's going on here? And
and Padme really thrives in a Senate environment.
For sure.
Like, that's where she shines. And she's
the politician. She's the politician's politician.
Yeah. She's so good at it.
Which, is indicative of what her daughter turns out to be. Yeah.
You can see the blueprint for Princess Leia behind. She's actually somewhere between like Leia and Aura Singh, or Padme and Aura Singh. If they had a kid, it would be Princess Leia.
She's about to kill your ass.
Yep. All right, episode 8, Evil Plans. R2D2 and C3PO are tasked to get some Jogan fruit. Oh boy, it's this one for a reception honoring.
Have we not seen this on Rebels?
They replicate that story beat, but the droids are targeted by bounty hunter Cad Bane, who wants to extract information regarding the Senate from their data banks. So Cad Bane's in this, which is great. The rest of it is terrible. Like, do we remember that this is a bad one?
Yes.
Yeah, this is not a favorite episode.
But Cad Bane is always fun.
Yeah. This is a 6.2, you guys. This is I think the lowest rated episode of the season.
I was going to say the fact that they rated it that high was probably because Cad Bane was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a garbage.
If it was anybody else, it'd be in like the toilet.
Yeah. All right, we're going to skip over that. Let's go into Hunt for Zero. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Quinlan Vos are assigned to retrieve Zero the Hutt after escape from prison. But Zero is instantly put on trial by the 5 Hutt families on Nal Hutta, where his only ally may be an old lover. Another weird one. These Hutts, man, they're everywhere. So it is frustrating. But I love Quinlan Vos.
Yeah, you can never get too much Quinlan.
Yeah, he's a pretty interesting character, and I feel like we don't get to see him that much. I think he's more in a book, like the literary world, than he is in the animated world. But when they do pull him in, it's pretty.
Well, and even the Tales story about Ventress, where he goes to bury her in the waters of Dathomir, or whatever it is that he buries her in.
Oh yeah, is that where we see Snice Noodles? Sherry?
Yes.
Yeah, we do get Jabba the Hutt's pal. We do not see Bib Fortuna though, which is crazy to me. I don't know if they just didn't want to do the character model, but super frustrated by that.
True story.
I also think that's not a great episode, but the one after it, Heroes on Both Sides, this one is spectacular. Padme visits her old mentor, Mina Bontari, who has chosen the side of the Separatists, but is urging for peace talks. The banking clan and several corrupt senators conspire against the initiative, because of course they do, because war is what's driving this whole thing. This is one of my favorite episodes. Actually, not just in the season, but I think of the series. I love the Bontaris. Mina Bontari also has a kid. Where's the voice actor in here? Jason Spisick is the voice actor for Lux Bontari, her son. And they talk about how the Republic is bad, and the separatists are not necessarily like evil, like not all of them, right? Like we know Palpatine's evil and we know General Grievous is evil, but there are lots of people who just don't want to be part of the Republic because the Republic is a nightmare. So you get to meet like real people who are just trying to remain neutral in the war, and are pushing for peace. So I think this is a really good primer for people who don't understand politics. Like if little kids are watching this, and I think it would be easy to understand like good and bad, this gives you the layers and the complication. And if you're trying to understand politics, like I think this is a great way in. It's like a surprisingly easy thing to understand that this lady who Padme respects has differing views from her, and they're disagreeing on what the right path forward is.
Yeah, especially where everything is so cloudy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's another good episode.
Yeah, I think it's a winner. I would say if we're going through, like if we were doing a top 5 list, I would try to sneak that one into my top 5. I don't know if it makes it because there's so many good ones this season. It's such a good season. Certainly that top half for sure. Okay, Pursuit of Peace. Senators Amidala and Organa are opposed to funding 5 million new clone troopers, but they and other like-minded dignitaries find themselves targeted by thuggish bounty hunters set on changing their vote. Politicians
where
often
we at
get
now?
bullied.
Yes.
Yeah. There's always a threat of violence if you don't fall in line to the regime. Kath Soucie is Mon Mothma in this one, which is very exciting. So we get to see Mon Mothma. We see a bunch of the senators, which is really nice. Jason Spisick is back. Kat Tabor, Phil Organa, Steven Stanton, friend of the show, plays Mas Amita in this one, which is great. This is another good episode, and I like seeing the inner workings of the Senate and also seeing how corrupted it's become. That like you can't even just take a vote. Like everything is, threats of violence and everything.
Yeah, and I think it's very relevant to the current times because you can't be a senator now, in Congress or in the House or the Senate and just not be inundated with people like trashing you and sending you threats on the internet. It's a parallel time to what is happening here in Clone Wars, so it's scary.
Yeah. What I like about this is this season starts getting pretty heavy, and the political stuff is seemingly really real, and then there are some real consequences and a lot of like sadness in this season. I think more than many, maybe until we get to season 7 even. Although I will say the next batch are just incredibly heartbreaking. Let's talk about the 3 of these together because it is an arc that is worth discussing at length. Season 3, episodes 12, 13, and 14, Night Sisters, Monster, and Witches of the Mist. This is the Night Sisters arc, guys, and I think this is maybe the best of the season. Maybe the best of this season, if we're not fighting over Mortis.
We don't have to fight over Mortis.
I would put this up. I mean, look, IMDb says 8.6, 8.7, 8.9.
The most talked about and the most, it stirs the fandom. That for me doesn't mean it's the best, but I do like this one. Asajj is always. I love Asajj. I love her story of her kind of riding the edge of being good, bad, or indifferent. Where her story ends up in the end. How she comes out of the pond or the lake or whatever that is that they dropped her into, and then she goes off and is ends up having to help some kid that means nothing to her. So yeah, that's always good.
What do you think, Ash?
I think it's a really good episode. You kind of see like the Night Sisters front and center, and everything that Asajj goes through with her people, and how they choose assassins based on where they come from. And it's kind of like a farm of assassins. It's just it shows that side of her and how much power Mother Talzin has over people in like both the light side and the dark side of the Force, and how like the war is also serving her best interest. So yeah, it's a very interesting power dynamic with the witches, like pulling the strings without
and then we
being
get
on the
Savage.
battlefield.
Yes, Savage. Yeah, Savage Opress. Amazing.
Get the syllable in the right location.
Yeah, also that.
I remember I was looking at that and I was just straight out reading it and I went, Savage. And then it was like, oh, yeah, that's not Savage.
Savage oppressive.
Yeah,
no,
JD, the Night Sisters arc does set up a ton of future stuff. And I think that's one of the other things that this season does. This season becomes a well to go back to for other streams that happen within Clone Wars. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, there are incredible story points, locations, characters who become really, really important to the entirety of Star Wars in season 3. The Night Sisters in particular. Oh man, I mean, just what they're capable of doing. Yeah. Yes, possibly the most powerful women, Liberty. Yeah. Which is why it's also so heartbreaking that it ends the way it does. You know, Star Wars is no stranger to genocide, but it felt like particularly painful watching a group of witches who, yes, they're dark side, but they also don't come across like that evil, especially compared to like Dooku and the clones, and or not the clones, the battle droids and the war machine that is up against them. Super frustrating to see, but I think that's also just like production. It's like we can't have, you know, planets of Night Sisters roaming the galaxy potentially in regular times. But yeah, I love this arc. It's hard to watch sometimes because it's so sad, but oh man,
it really is
terrific. Yeah.
It's just the fact that they have to like send like their people through these trials to kind of find the best of the best. It's like you're literally killing off your people because you want to find a tough replacement and then use magic on him to kind of make him evil and more wicked. And it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I think
yeah, the survival of the fittest thing is not great. I think what I like best about like the whole arc though is how they interpret the Force differently, right? So we get like a whole new view, and then they bring that into Acolyte. So that's one of the things that the Force, which brings us into everyone's favorite arc except for Skip, the Mortis arc. Where was it?
The land of ambiguity.
Yes. I'm just gonna leave this up while we talk about it. So I personally love 15, 16, 17. Overlords, Altar of Mortis, Ghost of Mortis. Skip's trying to brush it away. That's why you need the buttons.
No, I was you're sticking the knife in and twisting it.
I understand why this is controversial and also why some people like legitimately don't like it. I do think it's going to become a major driving factor in Ahsoka season 2.
Agreed.
So that's going to be a thing.
Anything that challenges, first of all, you know, the Chosen One was created by George Lucas, you know, right before the turn of the century, and I think that anything that challenges it or talks about it goes, you know, waters down or weakens that whole storyline to Star Wars in general. So this whole, you know, he gets told what he becomes and making the decision and not making the decision. It just, you know, it was very clear, you know, a question of right and wrong or you know, the path that he wants to follow. I could see the questioning of that and then finally making the path that he goes down, you know, being part of the story arc. But this just was a lot of ambiguity, you know. The son trying to leave, the daughter sacrificing herself to save Ahsoka, which we were not really 100% clear that she was, you know, gone and so forth. I just, you know.
And that's where this comes in, this comment by Liberty.
And then they come back and it's only 3 seconds of being gone, you know. It's like, really? Did it happen? Maybe it didn't happen.
Yeah, but I really agree. It kind of like put Anakin into like the not really the driver's seat, but kind of used him as a conduit. The Mortis gods, for no particular reason, they're neither the light side or the dark side. They're kind of like this crazy, like chaotic group of people that fight their own battles internally, and they're using Anakin to kind of like
get their will across. It didn't make the connection for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that there was an opportunity to delve really deep into the core of the Force and how these three beings affect the core or the mainstay of the Force, and they just didn't make the connection for me.
Yeah. Liberty has a good point.
That's why we're still talking about it.
Yeah. I think Liberty has a really good point. She says, I think it strengthens Anakin's arc because he refused his calling, controlling the dark and the light. Everything fell apart. He just wanted to live. He just wanted to like hook up with Padme, get married, and live his life. He didn't want to be the chosen one or anything. He just was perfectly happy with it. And they're like, no, you have a prophecy on you. Let's put it into motion. And I think this just kind of started the ball rolling, I guess.
The clarity for me of Obi-Wan being a much greater Jedi than Anakin, though he may be the chosen one, he's not a greater Jedi.
Exactly.
Is that his ability to say, if she had asked me, I would have left. That's what I would have done. But his restraint in saying anything to her or chasing her down, he would have done it if she'd asked. Obi-Wan was much clearer, even though he lost Satine. He was much clearer about his relationship than Anakin ever was. Anakin could never clearly, Anakin should have a long time ago said, I'm out of here. Dooku left, I can leave. We're not forced to stay here. I can't live by your rules, and off I go. And of course, we wouldn't get the story we got if that had happened. But yeah, it just, Obi-Wan was a much greater Jedi and had much greater depth of understanding of the world.
Yeah, he knew the rules of being a Jedi, and he stuck to it for great personal loss. Well, Anakin kind of did what he wanted, didn't play by the rules, and everything fell apart for him. And ultimately, the dark side got a hold of him. Oh, okay.
Let's see here. That kind of covers.
Got a good chat tonight. This is
15,
great.
16, and 17.
Yes. Let's scroll past the rest of the. I mean, there's so much we can unpack here. Yeah. We covered all these episodes in depth when we were watching them, and I still think we could do a whole other debrief on what did it all mean? Was it all a dream? Was it really 3 seconds? Does it contradict in-universe canon? Does it cheapen the original vision? Does it expand upon what we know about Anakin Skywalker? Where will Anakin Skywalker end up? If he was the greatest, not the greatest Jedi, Skip's right, he was not the greatest Jedi. But if he really was the chosen one and he is able to Force Ghost, they gave him more work to do. Like, there's no way that it ends there. He doesn't just get to be like evil Darth Vader and then you get to Force Ghost. Like, he's got to do something, right? Like, I feel like there's another step for him. It's the same thing with Ahsoka. They'll never let that girl not work. So that joke about like till you're 90 in like the Marvel movies with fucking Hugh Jackman, it's gonna be Ahsoka. They're just gonna pump out
Skip
that.
Skip doesn't want that. Skip wants her to keep going.
I think there are a lot of people who kind of don't want these characters to continue just doing. But I think, and that's why at some point there needs to be an endpoint to it. Is the endpoint that like Anakin and Ahsoka, and now I think honestly Maul end up as the big 3 in Mortis?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. Let's see what happens in the Maul show. Let's see what happens in Ahsoka season 2. Either way, we're going to Mortis. Skip, you're never going to escape.
Yeah, I think that though I like Rosario and I love the fact that there's live action Ahsoka, I don't think that Ahsoka's personality and her motivation is in line in, let's say, from Rebels to live action.
I agree with you, JB. This is him paying some dues. It's Liberty.
All right, everyone, don't forget, everyone, gang up on Skip in the comments. All right, let's move to the Citadel. The Citadel arc, I should say. This is a 2-part arc that's very heavily focused on Grand Moff Tarkin, or I guess Tarkin not quite at the Grand Moff level yet. He's like Commander Tarkin. These 2 episodes are all about rescuing a Jedi in the Citadel prison, and it's where Anakin and Tarkin really have most of their first interactions, which is interesting.
I think this is all about I think Liberty's correct here. This is all about a device to introduce Tarkin and get everybody loathing him from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's sketchy.
Oh, yeah. I want to slap him. And I was like, oh, that's great, because from jump, Anakin doesn't like him. Yeah. And that carries over into A New Hope. So I know it's a retcon, but like chronologically, it just flows correctly, where it's like Anakin as a good guy hated this guy. Anakin as the biggest villain in the universe still has a petty hatred of this guy. It's awesome.
We hate you and your slippers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, yeah. So I'm sure everyone in this chat knows, but in the set photography, Peter Cushing was old when Star Wars was made, and he was in his uniform, but he wore slippers on set for his feet instead of those big stupid boots that all the other Imperials wear. And if you notice, he's pretty much always shot from at least the knee, like the waist up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was wearing his comfy slippers. They make an Easter egg about that when Matt Lanter actually plays the prison guard in Mandalorian season 1, because there's nothing happening on that prison spaceship or whatever, the floating prison. So he's wearing slippers, and that's meant to be an Easter egg for Peter Cushing.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, the boots didn't fit, so he just
they're riding boots.
Yeah, I heard it was just uncomfortable. See, this is the lore. At this point, it's 50 years ago. I mean, who knows? He could have been difficult. I doubt that Peter Cushing was difficult, but I also think like he'd exactly be like, I'm wearing slippers, shoot around it, George Lucas, whoever you are.
I am
Peter stupid Cushing, little space movie that you're making.
Yeah, shoot around it, John. You could imagine that kind of moment, like. Yeah. Oh my God, Ahsoka is too adorable tonight.
She's like, I hate you saying my name. I have to get attention.
I know. She's being too cute.
She's like, tell me stories. Skip said he likes Ahsoka.
My cats were in here until the show started, which is weird. They're usually like itching to get on air.
It's like Hicks is in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
Ripley's causing chaos. It's par for the course. But yeah, this episode has a very interesting power dynamic between Tarkin and Anakin, and I really like it a lot. It's just the smarminess. It's just like,
Yeah. You could tell he's a climber.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's what I didn't like about it. Okay.
I don't think that's what Anakin likes about him either. He's just like, ew.
Yeah.
Another Imperial suit.
And so we get a great sense as to who Tarkin is, and we also see a Jedi like kidnapped and tortured. And killed. So it gets brutal. Very brutal. I think these are good episodes. And then, oh man, the bleakest, darkest. We just did this, so it's fresh in my head. Ahsoka and a bunch of younglings getting captured and hunted down by Trandoshans in a 2-part season finale, where one of the younglings is shot and killed. I forgot. I fully forgot that they killed that girl, and I remember watching, thinking like, that can't have happened. They must have got her in the shoulder, right? Oh no, they killed children in season 3 of the Clone Wars. Everyone, like, this was no joke.
No joke. That kid being like, she's been here the longest out of all of us, and she still died. It was like, oh no.
Yeah. It wasn't like a throwaway character too, or like a clone trooper. Those things are, disposable. But like this little child who had gotten a lot of speaking dialogue, and I was like, oh, she's clearly making it out alive. The children are safe. They sure weren't. Now, did adding Chewbacca to the mix take me out of it a little bit? Absolutely. But I thought the Trandoshans were terrific, and
God, so
the fact that
scary.
Ahsoka killed that kid, the Trandoshan child, and the dad was all pissed about it, as if he didn't set up this whole thing and create the environment in which the
There's
murders were
literally
happening.
like
Yeah,
Padawan heads on his wall. There's like a half
yeah,
a wampa on his throne from these
yeah,
kills, and it's like, bro, now
yeah.
you're mad.
He had a lot of people to blame except himself, and he was so mad about it. And I will say the kids like held back and like didn't kill the people. I thought they should have killed a lot more people. Like I said, I would have genocided their planet and been like, "Oh, what species are you? Your planet no longer exists because I'm a Jedi, and I could just fly there and force choke everyone." So I think the kids did a good job of holding back and not falling into the dark side. So I thought
Yes,
that was like the
agreed.
moral of the story, right? Like they escaped. They used all their skills. Anakin finally arrives after the fact. Like he didn't really do much to help.
Way to
But
go, Annie.
Ahsoka and Chewbacca and the rest of the kids who lived did a good job getting out of there and defending themselves against the rest of the Trandoshans and proving themselves fully capable. So it was a very satisfying season finale, I thought.
I think so too. As sad as it was, and as blatantly fucked up as it was. Hello,
Yeah.
PTSD. I really thought it was a solid end. Where at the beginning of the season, like you said, a bunch of kind of arcs here and there, but this season had a lot of like the really solid ones that we were looking forward to the most. Obviously, like the Mortis arc, this one. Yeah, Sherry, I agree with you on that one. I want to know what happened to them.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What are the important arcs of 4 that we got coming up for us?
You're asking the right question. So we only have a couple minutes left in the episode, so I wanted to do 2 things. Give a little look ahead to season 4, just like Skip is saying, but also ask everyone in the chat what is either your favorite episode or favorite arc of season 3. And I'm just going to go through them real quick. We have the Clone Cadets arc, Trooper arc, Supply Lines and Sphere of Influence run together, Corruption and the Academy are on Mandalore, Assassin and Evil Plans are in the Senate, Hunt for Zero and Evil Plans go together. Assassins in the Senate. Heroes on both sides is the Separatist situation, along with Pursuit of Peace. We have the Night Sisters arc. We have the Mortis arc. We have the Citadel arc. And then we have the Youngling Abduction arc. So if anyone has a specific one that they want to fight for in the comments, or just tell us your favorite.
It's right, Mortis, always Mortis.
Oh man, first one up is Mortis. Skip is gonna start swinging. If anyone loves anything other than Mortis, now would be your moment to type it.
I really
Night
thought
Sisters, etc.
Anything, but actually the Dathomir sisters, everything with them. And I liked what was the episode with Padme, Ahsoka, and was it Ventress?
Yeah.
No, what's her face?
Aura.
Aura.
Aura Singh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a really.
I'm saying yes, like it was correct. You're right, Aura Singh. Yes, that was Assassin, the Aura Singh episode. That was a killer one.
There was some dark episodes in the season. Like the killing of 99.
It's a bleak season.
Killing of Padawans. It's like Mortis, Ahsoka almost dies. She does die for all intents and purposes.
I feel like if it came out in 2010, it was probably made in like 2008-ish. And look, we were in the midst of the financial crisis. Like 2008 was into 2009 was a bleak, terrible time. So it's not surprising to me that the art was really dark. Okay, let's look at season 4 of what's coming up. It starts with Water War. We're going to go to the Mon Calamari planet. What else is happening? We've got, oh god, there's a whole bunch of stuff with C-3PO.
That's like Grievous.
Oh, there's the episode with General Krell, season 4, episode 8. Oof, that one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a whole arc with that. Slaves of the Republic, when Anakin is sold back into slavery. How triggering was that, me?
Oh my god, that's a dark episode.
Lux Bontari comes back. He needs help with Ahsoka. Oh my god, the one where they go undercover as Reiko Hardeen. Remember when? Yeah, that's some messed up stuff when they infiltrate the bounty hunters and they think that Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. That's some crazy stuff. Cad Bane stuff, Massacre, which is the Night Sisters arc, or the conclusion of the Night Sisters arc, another Asajj Ventress episode, and then Savage Opress, and that whole thing happens at the end of season 4. So Bounty Brothers and Revenge. That's probably the best arc in here, but there are some great standalone episodes, and the Reiko Hardin arc is unreal. Like, that's some of the best. That's got an 8-3.
19 and 20, the Night Sisters and Asajj arc is kind of interesting because they get wiped out by Dooku, but
Yeah, those are rough ones. Those are scored really well on here too. 8-1, 8-2. Revenge is the highest one at a 9-1. Everything else is squarely in the 7s. Oh man, people hate these R2-D2 episodes as well. Mercy Mission and Nomad Droids are 6-1 and 6-2. Ugh. Carnage of Krell, 9.4. What? Sherry? Oh no. The undercover Obi-Wan arc is not something you love? How will we deal? I love that arc. It's so good. It's a weird one.
It is a very weird one. I remember I was working on a deadline and I got distracted for a minute and I was like, wait, so what's happening? Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's this guy? Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's Obi-Wan, but what's up with his face? Like, it was so weird.
Yeah, it's very face-off. It's a little silly. But look, all things in Star Wars are like a little bit silly. But yes, we get Maul. Maul comes back, and that's season 4, episode 22. Brothers, 21. Bounty is 20. It is a great end again. Those last 4 episodes are killer.
So crazy.
Not my favorite season overall, and actually, I think the season start is terrible. I think the Mon Calamari stuff is terrible. So we'll be doing that next week.
A little silly.
Yeah.
A little bit. Does anybody have a sweater? We need to know who's got the sweater. Who's the fisherman sweater?
Oh boy.
Oh, I think one of the Jordan episodes is George Lucas's favorite, Jerry says.
Yeah. And that explains why it's terrible. Yeah. He likes everything that's bad. I don't understand. Like, there's so much great stuff. And I don't know why it would be like one of those, That's
funny. Cracks me up.
It's a solid season. I actually think season 3 is better than season 4. I'm not gonna lie. I think
so too.
And then as we get into season 5 is the lead up to Ahsoka leaving the Jedi, and there's some crazy shit that goes down in this season.
Because she's because isn't season 6 the one that she's not in?
Right. Well, she has like a minor cameo, because it's season 6 is weird. Season 5 has the Lawless and the other Mandalore episodes that are really super high rated, and then the Ahsoka setup with the Wrong Jedi. That one's got a 9.7. Season 6, I believe season 6 was originally classified as something like the Lost Missions or something when it hit Cartoon Network.
It was, yep.
There's some great stuff in here, but there's basically no Ahsoka. We got Clovis.
Oh, Clovis.
Yeah, it's only a 13 episode season. When Yoda fights the dark side version of himself. Like, there's some weird shit.
Weird.
Well, the whole thing where he goes and starts to down the path of learning how to do the ghost
Force ghosting.
Because he's learning how to do that, and then boom, there he is. So he kind of like, oh shit, I know what's about to happen, but knows he can't do anything about it too. So
all too late. Yeah.
So we've got 66 down. We've got.
We're only less than halfway there because 4 or 5.
Yeah, we're just a little less than halfway because 6 is 13 episodes and 7 is 12 episodes. Those together are 25. That makes just a little bit more. So it would have been 66, 67, 68.
Guys, we are halfway there. So just another 3 years or so for us to. Actually,
it's fine.
It's actually literally a little over a year. Yeah, because we have to do season 4, season 5. Those are both 22 episodes, so 44 weeks,
Well,
and then another
50,
another
52
70
weeks
weeks or
a
so.
year.
Yeah,
So
52 in a year. Yeah, all right, a little over a year. And then we
then
can
we'll
set
be
our own
done. Then we'll have to
cancellation
figure out
date.
what to do after that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not watching Resistance. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys.
Yeah.
We'll figure out
Bad match.
something, but we have so much great programming on the network. We'll figure out something. I don't want to think about like a year from now. Oh, we have so much going on, and there's so much coming up like immediately. In fact,
by that point in time, we can do Mall Revisited.
Oh yeah, there we go. We'll revisit it right away. In fact, you teed it up perfectly because we are in the March Mallness of it all, and Mall starts in a week. Can you believe that we are a week away?
Yeah.
Like I am so not ready. This Thursday we're doing another watch along of all things Mall, and we're doing the Twin Sons episode of Rebels.
God.
All of his those last couple episodes of Rebels. I believe there's 3 of them actually. So I'll be on Thursday with the boys. Yeah. To do that episode, which I'm super excited about.
Yes, because they'll be down to man.
Yeah, Dave is traveling.
It's gonna be such a crazy episode.
And then a week from now, we'll be talking about. We have our episode, but our Clone Wars episode, but Maul will be hitting the air a week from now, which is crazy. Like I can't believe it.
Is it at
Maul
9
Shadow
p.m.?
Lord. I think we're going to be competing with Maul Shadow Lord. I have to double check. I think it actually, I think that's right.
Unless it's like 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. That could be.
We could do a Maul watch along.
That would be better. We're going to be doing an after party, and in fact, I don't have the graphic here, unfortunately. But the boys are doing an after party. John and Bryce and Mike. So that'll be exciting.
Oh, for sure.
We'll have that on the added to the program. Every Tuesday night is what their plan is.
Yeah. I've never been like a super
Tuesday night during the Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, late in the night. So after you guys are done Zooming, go watch the after party. The after show.
The West Coast doesn't get off. I mean they're 10 o'clock for us is 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning for us.
They're intense over there. they stay late.
Those West Coast
folks, live discussion.
They like the Disney party.
Yeah. Look, it'll be a live discussion on the Tuesday Zooms. I'm going to try to join a couple of them, and there'll be the after show with John and Bryce and Mike. So it'll be a really good time. Yeah. All right. Well, that was season 3 of Clone Wars. You guys, I thought this was our best season by far. 1 and 2 pale in comparison to season 3.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We start getting serious now.
Yeah.
It starts building for the future seasons and the movies. So.
Yeah. This season introduced a lot of really fantastic stuff.
Yes, Jeff.
Jeff. I will be on Thursday for the Rebels episodes of Maul. It's actually kind of I guess Sunday would be our final thing of all things Maul before we get into the weekly watch along. And then on Thursday nights after this Thursday, they'll be doing Mandalorian rewatches with special guests as we get ready for the Mando Grogu movie. So we'll be shifting gears into the March to Mando, or the Countdown to Mando, as it were, which is so exciting. We have too much going on, you guys, as always. But yeah, it's a good time.
Season 3s are always tricky. So true, Troy. Did anybody see the Mandalorian featurette that dropped today on Star Wars?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a roundtable discussion with Pedro, Grogu, Sigourney Weaver, and Jon Favreau. And Grogu and Pedro are just so adorable, and I love it so much. So definitely check it out.
I'm excited to see more of
Facebook, whatever.
I got to check it out. I'm so excited that there'll be more Pedro in this movie than usual. Like that's what I'm excited to see.
And it's also like John talking about the sets they filmed on. They're like not just using the volume; they have like actual sets built for this. So I'm really hopeful that it's not going to be as limiting as the volume can be for the show purposes. So it looks cool. I'm excited. It took a little bit, but I'm like, okay, we can do something with it.
All right, awesome.
All right,
guys, thank you so much. What a comment section.
Welcome,
tonight.
everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for voting for Mortis, too. That was great for Skip. He really enjoyed all of that.
Yeah.
But
Liberty,
thank you everyone
he's
for
in
watching.
the movie.
Yeah. No, I get it.
They didn't forget Brendan.
Brendan Wayne is a tall, sexy man, and we've met him, so he's real to us.
Mhm.
Pedro Pascal is still very ethereal. I would love to meet Pedro Pascal. He's on my list for sure. It's a must do at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, we're gonna put that into the universe. Must meet Pedro Pascal. We'll see what we can pull at the VCN.
Good luck with
that. Do. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yep. We might see him at Celebration. It would be a perfect time for him to come out and finally do some autographs.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Oh my God, this is so rad. I guess we will catch you next week. And I will see you Wednesday night for Daughters of the Galaxy.
I was waiting for you to tell us. You guys are not covering Maul, though. You're doing John Boyega.
No, we've done our Maul. We're going to be diving into John Boyega and Finn and everything about it. We love him so much. So we want to discuss his role in the sequels. So we'll be doing that.
Great. All right, we'll tune in Wednesday. And then check me out on Thursday on the watch along. All right. Good night, guys. May the Force be with you.
Good night, guys.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Connell. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Earl Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I... Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.